Hi Flosstube, it's Chris, the camping stitcher here on YouTube and Instagram. It's April 29th, 2022, and this is Flosstube number 2. I decided that today's the day because I had a finish and I'm really excited and I wanted to share it. So I did tell you I was going to continue working on Mrs. Campbell, and I did, and hopefully she's right side up because I have made this video a bazillion times, and one time I even held her upside down. So anyway, Mrs. Campbell, she's done on the called for fabric, 36 count tabby cat wood smoke, and I used the DMC. And I know I crybabied on Instagram about that over one, but seriously, with everybody's advice, it really wasn't that bad. I did have to take breaks. I could have used my magnification on my overhead light, but I can see fine with my glasses. It's just that I need to take breaks because I strain my eyes and they get blurry. And so that's the only thing I would say, is that if you don't have, young eyes, take a break here and there so you don't get your eyes all whacked out. She was a really fun stitch. It's just beautiful. I need a bigger board. Beautiful colors. The DMC really, I just love how it came out. I don't even know, like, silk was probably be even more beautiful, but I just love the way it came out. The only thing I changed was this letter right here. In the chart, it's a lowercase, so it slants this way. And when I was looking at the cover of the pattern, the chart, I don't know if you can see it. It's very light, but there it is. The Y is an uppercase, and it was charted for a lowercase. So I just, when I was done with the over one, I just took out the 3 or 4 stitches there and redid them to be an uppercase, and I'm really happy with it. I will get this framed. I did not order those frames I said I would order, so I need to do that. So this weekend I'll be measuring a couple of pieces because I do have another Hands Across the Sea. I have 3 that I need to frame. I showed you Jessie Watson, and this is another. I always confuse Jessie Watson and Sarah Spencer. I don't know why. This is Sarah Spencer, and she is on the other piece of corn tassel that I used for Jessie Watson. It's beautiful fabric. I would definitely order more of it. I think it's Legacy linen by Access Commodities. I think that's who does it. And this is using the DMC. Again, I just love the way DMC looks. So, I mean, I like fancy floss and I like silk, but DMC has so many colors and they're so rich. And Nicola charts to the actual sampler, so she's not subbing out a silk color for DMC and not having it match. So I really love how she does that. So that's Sarah Spencer. That's a prior finish. I will be at least measuring 4 pieces because there's at least 4 that I want to get up on my walls. I have a couple of, they call it the thrown over the loom. I have a bunch of pieces that are over my loom that need to be finished, but I'm not sure I'm going to frame all of them. Some of them are going to be pillows. Some of them are going to be, on little boards. So, but there's at least 4 I want to frame. So I better get moving on that. Those are my finish. Well, my one finish for April was Mrs. Campbell. Sarah Spencer, I finished, I think I finished her in the fall. I do have a blast from the past. In my first video, I talked about how I came back to cross stitch after a really long hiatus. And the first piece I finished was the Angel of the Sea. Well, the second piece I finished was this one. And I purchased it in 2004 in a shop that we went to when we were on a cruise to Alaska. And it was a shop in Ketchikan. It was called the Silver thimble. Silver thimble. And I started it right there on the trip. I think I did like the center of one of the pages. And then came home and promptly put it away and let it sit, marinate for 20-something years. So this was another piece that I finished when I came back to cross stitch in 2020. I did do most of the back stitch. I'm going to be honest, I did not do all of the back stitch because so much back stitch, but I did the important stuff, like, around the eagle and the big eagle and the waterfalls and the bear. I really like the way this came out. I'm really glad I finished it. It hangs on our living room wall, and it's a nice reminder of our trip that we took. So the other pieces I had that didn't get finished, I will probably put into a project bag, because there's like 2 pieces that I have that are florals. I'll probably drag them out and show them. Maybe I'll sew them into a project bag, but I think they're kind of dated, so I think it would be nice in a vintage project bag. So I've got 2 little puppies here that I said, you keep the dogs inside. Didn't work. Anyway, I do have notes that I've used a bazillion times because this is not the first take. I have water because this is not the first take. And I'm hoping that, I don't get any phone calls or interruptions that make me stop and have to try to figure out how to edit, because let's face it, I'm just learning how to do the floss tubing part, and I don't know about the editing part yet. I mean, I'll figure it out. But so those were that was a blast from the past finished piece. When I was revisiting my cross stitch supplies, I did come across these patterns. Collecting apparently was part of my repertoire back then, and I decided, well, let me show everybody. Oh, hi, this is Sophie. Sophie wants to say hello. She's my little Yorkie poo. She's more poodle than Yorkie, but she's a good girl. Go ahead, get down. Thank you. Anyway, I found some older patterns that I collected back in the day. I think maybe a few of these I might have some giveaways, because I would like to hang on to some, but I think for the most part I probably won't get to a lot of these. The ones I want to hang on to, this is the quilt maker. This is a lavender and lace told in the garden. Is it a told in the garden? Yep. And it's designed by Marilyn Levitt Emblem. And this, my mother-in-law and I bought this at the same time. She actually did hers and finished it and framed it, and it's gorgeous, and my sister-in-law now has it. And it reminds me of my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law. It just has sentimental value, so maybe someday I'll do this. It's just such a pretty pattern. The other one I think I'm going to hang on to is this Angel of Freedom. Oh, sorry. It's like, oh, get it in the frame. That is just beautiful. I think that I would like to have this hanging in my house someday. The ones I think I might give away at some point would be this Lady of the Thread. Really pretty, but I don't, I know you could probably stitch this on something other than black, but it looks so good on black, and I don't want to stitch on black. And this is the Angel of Hope. She's beautiful. And I kind of think, maybe this should go with my Angel of the Sea, but I don't know. There's so many things I want to stitch. We all have that problem. And the last one was this little Feathers and Friends. This is a butternut road. Isn't that cute? That one I think might be my first giveaway. So let me know if you're interested. If you guys are interested in any kind of giveaway like that, I'll be, maybe I'll do that. Maybe someone would really like to stitch those, and it's better than having them sit here and, waste away in my drawer. So I do have a little bit of haul, but I think you guys have probably seen these things over and over again. I did get Brenda Gervais' Rejoice Evermore. That's gorgeous. See, there's just so many things I want to stitch. And this is one of them. Those birds. My God. The house. I'm in the same club. You know, red house. Birds. Border. You know, I know Rachel Needle and Flax just did her Flosstube on borders. And honestly, when I look at a chart, what grabs me first is the border. I'm a border person. I love doing borders. I'm trying to branch out a little bit and be more flexible. This one is Plum Street, God Bless America. And I dropped the other ones, so one moment, please. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, the other ones I had to get were Wide the Window. This is Shakespeare's Peddler. Teresa Vanette, she's so talented. Oh my gosh. And Red Border House. Love it. Another Brenda Gervais, The Rabbit and the Rose. Everybody has seen this. I did not get it. I waited a little bit to order things from Market just to make sure I really wanted them. I'm trying to be better about, you know, the collecting. But I definitely want to do this for next spring. And I did get the cookbook. I don't know. Hang on. Oops. Wiggling, too. Bad Flosstuber. This was like $8, and I know a lot of people have this, but it has a ton of recipes and a ton of little charts in it from all these designers. I just thought it was a great buy. I can't show it to you because it's just like charts, no pictures of them. But I thought that was a really neat thing to get from Market this year. I know they've done them for a couple of years at least, right? I'm not sure how far back it goes, but I think it's such a great thing to get. You get the recipes and the charts, and what more could you ask for? So that was my haul. I do have 2 things coming. I think it was the Shepherd's Needle came back into stock. They had new stock on Happy Birthday America by Brenda Gervais. I didn't get it the first time around. I waited, and it was out of stock everywhere, and it finally got an email, and I just said, order that. So I did. I'm waiting on that. That shipped. And the other thing I'm waiting on is my Fabric of the Month Club from Fox and Rabbit, which I love. Oh my gosh, I love their fabric. But my fabric is stuck in Chicago. I don't know why. It's been there since the 24th, hanging out in Chicago. I hope it gets here soon, because I really want to see what it is. I haven't seen anybody else really post their fabric yet, so maybe everybody's having the same issue. I know, but yeah, patience. It'll be here. So that's my finish for April. I had a new start in this month, and it was a blackbird. And I know you guys have seen this. Humming of the Bees. Oh, gorgeous, 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 gorgeous chart. Beautiful designs. See, I think I have everything close by, and it's really not, because I'm short and I can't reach anything. I did start this before we went on our visit, and I was happy to have it because I did get to work on it here and there in the morning. I usually stitch in the morning before everybody's up, no matter where I am. This is Color and Cotton, aged paper, 36 count. And the colors just look so good on here. I don't know if you can see that. But I've been trying to, my habit is to stitch the border and do the whole border. I get a little focused on it, and I have to see if it matches. But this border is, not that it's not symmetrical, but it has the 3 sides. Oh, geez, upside down. Has the 3 sides seem the same, and then the one side isn't. So I figured, well, you know what? Just try doing something different. Not as obsessive as I can be, because it's me. And see if you can work the border and the motifs and some of the elements in between at the same time. I think Brenda talked about it one time. She said it was landmark stitching on one of her earlier videos, and I always thought that was such a great reference to work across or work off of, or be able to work your way down a sampler and work on the things that you wanted to work on instead of just being confined to just doing the border first. So I figured I'd give that a try. So that's Humming of the Bees. I didn't work on my unicorn, and I didn't even work on it. Yes, spot motif sampler. I think I showed this the last time. See what I mean about the border? I did the whole border. And I did one of the flowers. So this is definitely going to be a get to work on this coming month. I'm going to work on the blackbird, I think, this weekend, because is that blackbird weekend? The first weekend? Is it the first weekend of May? Don't know. I'm going to work on it. You do what you want, right? So that's ES Spot Motif Sampler. And then this is Mary Snow. Yep. Mary Snow. She's so pretty. You've all seen that. Hands Across the Sea. Love it. This is on Xjude. Xjude Designs 36 count old sheep. And that's as far as I've gotten. That's my chair, I swear. This is a sweet little sampler, and I should work on it more because I could probably get this done relatively fast, I think. I love Hands Across the Sea samplers. They're one of my favorites too. Everything's my favorite. My favorite everything. So I'll definitely work on them. I do have a Sunday stitch. It's a stocking for my grandson, and I'll probably show it next time because it's on a roller frame. It's on the frame, and I didn't drag it over because I've made this video 50 billion times, and I keep messing up. So I don't know, like, how do you guys do it? Do you get better at it? It's only my second video, so I shouldn't be too hard on myself. But so the plans are to work on those samplers, and I kind of made a decision early on in 2022 that I wouldn't have more than 22 starts, and I do not have 22 starts. I have some more whips that I haven't shown you that I think I'll probably do a separate video with a whip parade and get them all out and just go through them, but there's definitely not 22 of them. I do have a bunch kitted up, and there's some more I want to start. So I don't do Mania, but I'm thinking of doing an abbreviated start Mania, maybe in May. Maybe have 4 new starts and see where that lands me. I like to, sometimes you're just in the mood to start stuff, and I don't know. I like to have a lot of things to choose from when I want to work on something, so that seems to be working for me. I am getting stuff done. I have a lot of projects that need to be framed, and they're hanging over one of my little work looms. So I don't have an under the bed box. I have an over the loom thing going on with my finishes. And I do have one thing I was talking about on Instagram, which was my hoops. When I started cross stitching again, the Angel of the Sea I had been working on in a Q-snap, and that was great. I loved working in a Q-snap. I do like them, but apparently I can't use them anymore because I either death grip them, or it's the weight of them, or it's the combination of gripping them so tight that my wrist hurts. So I had to stop using Q-snaps. So I switched over to hoops, and I've worked on hoops before because I embroidered and had a lot of hoops anyway. So I have those little cheapy wooden hoops from Michael's or Joann's, and they're great, but they can be kind of brittle, and I've actually broken some of them. So I went out and I got a while ago, this Class and Guessman hoop, which is a great hoop. I think they're very similar to the Hardwick Manor, and that's got a little bit of a heavier, dutier bolt and closure. And I have a bigger one. I've actually stripped this screw. I don't even know what I do. I must be a brute when it comes to things. But it's a great hoop. The only thing about this one is that you can see there's a little space up here. It's a little out of round, so I could wrap it in twill tape. Too lazy. And I'm not like a brute when it comes to putting my stuff in hoops. I'm very gentle. I know someone had asked me on Instagram once, are you afraid of crushing your stitches? No, I'm not. I'm very gentle when I put my stuff in a hoop. When I tighten it up, I'm very gentle. When I stretch it, I'm very gentle. And I haven't had a problem yet. And I shouldn't say that because probably going to have a problem tomorrow. But I haven't had a problem. So I did find this Nurge. I think it's a Nurge. 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 And this is a number 3. This hoop, I'm in love with it. This is like beechwood and it's thicker. A little thicker. Very smooth. But this screw is just, this bolt, the action on it, it's so smooth. I don't know if you could see, it's rounded and tapered and it's not going to catch your threads. I love this, and it was on Amazon, and I think I paid $11.72 for it with the tax. Definitely going to get at least 1 or 2 more of these because it's great to stick them in bags where I have projects because I'm always switching out my hoops. And I'll put the link down in the little box thing if I can I'm sure I can figure that out. I'll do it. But this is a Nurge, and they have all different sizes, and I think it's pretty great quality for the price. When you comparing it to my Class and Guessman, which I didn't pay that much more for this, but it was a little bit more pricey. Both really good hoops, and I love them. I love working with hoops. They're light. They don't hurt my hands. I could stitch in hand, and I'm pretty fast, but I'm faster with a hoop. I don't know why. It just happens that way. I guess it's because I'm more used to it. If I have something really big, like my grandson's stocking is on a really big piece of fabric on Jobelin, and I have that in my roller frame. And I do like roller frames. I like how easy they are to load and with their pins. They have pins in them. The scroll bars come like they're in half and there's pins sticking up. They're really super easy to load. So I have his stocking on a scroll frame, and I have a modern folk embroidery piece on a different scroll frame, which I don't remember. I think it had like you slipped it in the actual dowel. It's not one of the ones where you stitch it on or baste it on. And I do have a Keys Creation stand. That's my stand. When the pandemic hit and everybody was ordering supplies, you couldn't get a Lowry stand, or at least I couldn't find one easily. And I found the Keys Creation, and that's worked out really well. I actually had, it came with the holder that holds the frame, and it was off. And my husband's a woodworker, so he looked at it, and he was like, I could fix it, but you might want to let them know. And they were really good. They were like, yep, that's definitely defective. Don't use it. We're going to send you a new one. And they did. It was real quick. A very good company to work with. They made good on their product. That's what I work on my big projects with. This is my stitchy chair. My stitchy corner. I have a lot of crafts in this room, which I have to go through. Gotta purge a little bit. But so I think that's about it. This may be almost a half an hour. So I really just want to say thank you for all, I should have said this in the beginning. Thank you for all the likes and the subscribes and the comments. You guys have been so welcoming and so nice, just so kind. I was so excited to see that, there were comments and there were a good amount of them. I was pretty overwhelmed with the just how nice everybody was, and that's a good overwhelm. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I know, everybody's time is valuable, so I appreciate you taking the time. I hope to continue doing this. So thank you for the likes. Keep liking, keep subscribing, share it if you like. Ask me any questions you might have. I have lots to share. I have many projects that I've already framed that I'll show, and some more whips and some things kitted up. So I did take a poll on Instagram, and it seemed like the consensus was about 2 weeks would be a good frequency for a floss tube. So I'll probably keep it 2, maybe 3 weeks. The summer's coming up though, so it might go a little bit longer in the summertime, but I want to be try to keep it consistent. So thank you. Have a great couple of weeks, and I hope you enjoyed, and stay safe and stitch away. Bye.